Hi guys, welcome back to Pitch Intel, and this is my post-match reaction for the Champions League games that's just been concluded. Real Madrid lost to Bayern Munich 2-1, and Arsenal beats Sporting Lisbon 1-0 away at Portugal. Right? I'm gonna start with Arsenal. Right? As an Arsenal fan, yeah, I'm happy for the result, but I am so disgusted with the performance. It was a very poor performance, and it's the business end of the season, and these are the kind of performances that we are actually putting up. Not great if you ask me. It's not great at all. We make our striker look useless. I'm not gonna be among those that would be battering Gyökeres anymore because we make him useless. You can see how a team that he left, the sporting team he left, made the Luis Suarez, right? Made Luis Suarez the his replacements look way better. But we just play in a way and manner that I do not understand. What I want to understand is how Ateta manages to make these players not take any sort of risk, do not play with any level of freedom. Mikel Arteta micromanages everything on the field. Why is it that way? Why can't you as a winger just take on someone? Take on a player. Even if you're not taking on a player, I want to understand now. Please humor me in the comments. You can put your thoughts down in the comment. I want to know, why do we not play through balls? We have runners. Bro, people run. Gyökeres makes these runs. I've seen it. I swear. Gyökeres makes these runs. Martinelli makes these runs most times. But because Martinelli is actually really fast, he makes his runs. I can guarantee that. But we just, for whatever reason, do not send these through balls. The goal that we scored, Sporting, is Martinelli taking a risk. Is Martinelli taking a risk to play that pass? If why must we wait until a pass is really sure, 100% sure, before we can make it? Look at the Trivela pass that, what's this guy's name, Diomande, the Sporting Lisbon defender, gave to Raul, where he hit the post. Look at that pass. When last did an Arsenal player make that kind of pass? I think the last person to make such a pass was even Martinelli itself. This is what I'm talking about. We are not actually playing well. We are not playing well, honestly. And it bothers me. Do you know why it scares me? Because when we actually meet proper teams, we will falter. 100%, we are going to falter. You can tell me, oh, we beat Bayern Munich before, we beat Inter Milan before, we beat Atletico Madrid before. Yes, that was in the group stage. Now we've separated the men from the boys. This is when teams get more serious. This is when it matters the most. Are we going to be able to do it? Because most likely we'll scale through Sporting Lisbon, and we'll most likely face Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. Are we going to be able to beat Barcelona, especially Barcelona? The reason why Barcelona is going to be a tough game, is not as easy as people make it look, is because they have strikers that can make things happen. The individual game changers, which Arsenal do not have. Another thing I want to point out in that game is Gyökeres, right? I do not understand, for whatever reason, why defenders are always really scared of that boy. The goal that that Harvard scored, did you see that before Martinelli even made the pass, two defenders have doubled up on Gyökeres? That was the reason why Harvard was free to score that goal. Honestly, that guy is really a rare gem of a player. We need to play to his strength, and if you play to his strength, I can guarantee you we are gonna get goals. Sometimes okay now, Madueke, most times that sometimes you just need to whip the ball into the box, send it into the box. We need to be more direct and more urgent. We are not urgent. I don't know whether we respect these teams too much. When they are coming at us, we just sit back. Why are we sitting back? Mount pressure and get the ball back. You tell me Sporting Lisbon beat PSG. Yes, they beat PSG, but did you see how PSG played? Go back and watch the highlights. Watch how PSG played and compare that to us. We didn't play well at all. Leave anything you're going to see on there in terms of statistics is just absolute rubbish. And in fact, in most of the stats, they beat us. I think they had more shots than us, and they had lots of other things. They had more XG, lots of other things. They had more than us. We were only able to overpower them in, I think, with by 2% possession. That wasn't good enough for me. That was we had a terrible performance today. Well, the only thing that saved Arsenal in this game was because Arsenal went back to basics and used the defense to win the game. Our defense was rock solid, really, really rock solid. Even though White was a bit still rusty, probably because he hasn't played in a really, really long time, and he has come in now today and played full 90 minutes. We'll see if he's going to be able to pick up from there. And David Raya, what an absolute gem of I don't know. You see that rubbish that De La Fuente is doing in Spain, the Spanish manager. It's just absolute rubbish. That over there in the Premier League, they call him the best goalkeeper in the world, but here in Spain, nobody talks about him. Who gives a fuck about what anybody talks about? He's the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Have you seen the saves he makes? Have you seen the saves he makes? Stop politics and give him his due credit, because Raya actually deserves it. He has worked his ass out to get to where he is today. Give him credit where credit is due. Stop all that favoritism with Unai Simons. What has he won? Stop the favoritism, please. Great, great 1-0 win. I'm always happy taking a win away and going back home. This is what Mikel Arteta made mention of last season, that we finish in the top 8 and we're playing the return legs away, like especially in the PSG game. Now that it has actually changed, the situation has changed. Now you would see how the second leg being played at home is really advantageous. It is. It's really advantageous. We'll take it. We've taken it already. So no need to bother. We will most likely win Sporting Lisbon at the Emirates. Emirates is actually a fortress. It's only Manchester United that were able to beat us there this season, and they had to be perfect. Perfect. 3 shots, 3 goals. But that's not going to happen again. And now, Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. This was an Olise encounter. Bayern Munich went to Santiago Bernabéu where they closed the roof. Nothing like remontada, because you are going away to Alliance Arena and there is nothing like a comeback. They came to your home and had more possession than you. How on earth? Had more possession, had more corners. In as much as I know, okay, they were even in terms of shots and almost even in terms of shot on target as well. But had more XG. They played way better. They played way better. In as much as there were a few scares from Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe did a great job. He did a fantastic job. But this Real Madrid team, I don't know what's happening in the midfield, but it's terrible. It's really bad. And I do not understand the kind of business that Fiorentino Perez is doing. You had Cristiano Ronaldo on the left. You had Benzema in the middle. You had Gareth Bale on the right. Now, one would have thought that with the quality of player that Gareth Bale was, once he left Real Madrid, that they were going to go for a Salah-like profile, or Olise, or Bukayo Saka, or Lamine Yamal. But look at them. They do not have any prolific left-footed player playing from the right. Vinicius Junior is doing it from the left. Who is doing it from the right? Tomorrow you play Valverde, the next day you play Adagula. Is Adagula a winger or a midfielder? The next year you play Brahim Diaz. You don't even have a starting front 3. The only position that is static is that Kylian Mbappe is your number 9 and Vinicius Junior is your left wing forward. Apart from that, nothing else. Then should I talk about the midfield? It's in utter shambles. Toni Kroos left, nobody came in. Bellingham was a box crusher that won the guys the league 2 seasons ago. Now you've made him a shadow of himself. I know he's been coming in and out of injuries, but Real Madrid, this is not Real Madrid that I know. I love Real Madrid because I love Cristiano Ronaldo. In as much as as I am an Arsenal fan, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. And when he moved over to Madrid, I watched almost all his games. This is not Madrid that I know. Honestly, this is bad. Something needs to be done about it. And I keep saying it. I think Madrid is broke. That's why they're waiting for free agent. And free agents are not coming by these days. Because of what they've been doing, once a player's contract is close to expiry, the club renews, gives him 5 more years. They won't even bother poaching Chelsea players, because Chelsea players, those ones, they have 10 to 15 years contract. How do you want to poach them? You wait till you grow grey hairs. In fact, some of the contracts at Chelsea, Florentino Perez might even retire and die, and that contract has not expired. Honestly, how old is he? Florentino Perez is not over 70. What are we on about? He needs to do something about it. He needs to restructure that team. That team needs a structural adjustment program. Honestly, they need a left a left-footed right winger. That's what they need to complement Kylian Mbappe at the center. Then you need someone to be your main attacking midfielder, your main number 10. Bellingham can play as a 8. I know he's got the energy to play as your number 8. Yes, I know, but you need to get maybe Valverde to play your number 10. Is he good enough to play number 10 for Real Madrid? I know he's a good player. He scores goals. He scored a hat-trick against Manchester City, but come on. I know Real Madrid. I know the caliber of stars that Real Madrid possess. And currently, not it. Vitinha is the kind of player that should be in Real Madrid. Honestly, Vitinha is Real Madrid kind of player. Look how Modric left. Toni Kroos left. Do you know the profile of those players? It's just a shame. It's just an absolute shame that this is what Madrid have now turned into. And I do not see them doing anything at Alliance Arena. Not possible, not a chance. For what I know, Bayern Munich will go through and Arsenal would go through. But it was a great game of football. In as much as I remember Vinicius Junior missing a one-on-one chance. He had a one-on-one, 1v1 chance, and I don't know what he was doing. Malinois is such a great goalkeeper. Absolute legend. At 40 years, he's still winning man of the match performance. That was an incredible performance from me. But for me, Olise was the star guy. Honestly, Olise was the man. The others scored the goal. Diaz scored. Ken scored. But Olise, all the hype around him is 100% earned. He has earned his hype. Pavlovic was amazing. Damn. Kimmich, great player. Great player. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how the second leg will go. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and drop your comments as well. I will be with you in the comments. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.